What's going on, people? Terry here with Blunt Trips, coming to you from the kitchen. It's like almost midnight, like 10 minutes till. And I want to tell you guys something that's going on. You guys know recently Raven started school, and I'm dealing with that. Getting her up in the mornings is still a little bit of trouble. By the way, there's my small Crouchy. Put him up here in the kitchen. But, anyways, I was informed today that Raven punched some boy in the face. And for those of you that are familiar with this channel, and you guys know that Raven does martial arts. She does two martial arts. She does Taekwondo. She's been doing striking martial arts since as soon as she turned 3 years old. And, uh, and she also does Jiu-Jitsu, which she started also at 3 years old. Um, but I was informed that she punched this kid in the face. And naturally, as a parent, I'm like, okay, well, what happened? Well, all they know is the kid was crying, he got punched in the face. But what they don't know is my daughter's background. Now, I know my daughter, she's no angel, she's still learning right from wrong. This is not to defend my kid or anything like that. This is more like, hey, this really isn't her fault at the end of the day. Maybe there needs to be more attention paid to these children. But I get it. I'm not knocking teachers. Please don't look at it that way. Teachers have one of the roughest jobs in the world. I know. I had my daughter for the past year, and well, I've had her since she was born, but I was actually covering her during the days while her mom worked, and I would take her to work with me, and I know how hard it could be with just one child, so I couldn't imagine how hard it is for a teacher. But, anyways, back to the conversation that I was having with the teacher. I was informed that she punched this kid in the face. Well, at that time, I informed the teacher, okay, she's been training martial arts since she was 3 years old. She does do both Taekwondo and she does Jiu-Jitsu, although, she hasn't been to Taekwondo in like 2 weeks now because of my car accident. We're down to one vehicle and just our schedule and stuff um, until we get another car. But, and Jiu-Jitsu she hasn't gone to for a few weeks as well. But I informed her teacher about her martial arts background. She's like, oh, okay, okay. But I went and asked Raven what happened. And again, I know my daughter, she's no angel, and if her martial arts instructor sees this video, they would tell you, she's still learning what she can and can't do. Like, my daughter will use strikes in jiu-jitsu, and she doesn't understand you can't punch and stuff in jiu-jitsu. And and she'll use jujitsu on her striking, kids in striking and stuff, often too, or she's got a little bit of advantage on, some of her peers. Anyways, when I got to talking to Raven, she informed me that this kid actually pinched her or pushed her something there, and and she told him to stop, and also threw wood chips at her. As a parent, I'm like, okay, what do I do? I'm paying all this money for martial arts class, so my daughter learns to defend herself. And in Denver, in Colorado, or at least in Denver, you also have to pay for preschool, which she just started. So I'm paying all this money for preschool too, and they're telling me, hey, she hit him, but nobody knows why. So as a parent, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm forking out this money for her to learn to defend herself. And the only thing the teacher knows is that the boy was crying after he got hit in the face. Now, I'm going to get a little bit of detail with that too. I will cover it because there's a little bit more to the story. But as a parent, the only witness to what happened is the two kids. And of course, the boy is not going to say he hit her first. And again, I know Raven has been known to put her hands on people in her classes and stuff, but usually it's playing around. It's not like full striking and stuff. Like she'll like play with somebody's hair or hold them or something like that, but not really go and punch somebody out of nowhere. Now the other part to that story is me and my daughter. I do something that some of you might think, oh, you're a bad parent. I don't care. I teach my daughter right from wrong, and one of the things you want to do when you're about to hurt somebody in a fight is give them a warning first. Hey, stop, or you're going to get hurt. Well, with that said, me and my daughter got this thing. And again, some of you might think, okay, that's not good. Oh well, I deal with reality, and a lot of times people will say, call the people motherfucker. So I'll joke with my daughter and say, let's go, motherfucker, like I'm the bully. And she wails. She wails into me. Well, what the teacher also said was there was some bad language, and I know right away what my daughter did. I know my daughter gave this kid a warning after when he threw the wood chips. She said, let's go, motherfucker. And of course, that's probably not good, but that's my thing with her. It's a joke. And, it gets her laughing and playing. The moral of the story is, she does give a warning. But when she told me she gave a warning, I'm like, right away, she's doing what she's taught to do. Yeah, the language ain't good in school, and some of you guys, again, might not agree with what I do, but that's me and my daughter's way of playing. There's some words she just can't use. Um, but that one right there, that's a word that she's going to hear in school anyways. I'm not worried about that. She's already heard it many a time. She watches Jeffy on YouTube, that puppet show, and shit like that. My daughter's not foolish. In fact, she says words. I'm like, it shocks me. Anyways, I knew right away when they said there was language what she did. She said, let's go, motherfucker. But that also let me know that maybe he did put his hands on her, and she tried to warn him just before she drilled him, and then he threw the wood chips at her, and and she wailed him because she's telling me that not only did he put his hands there and throw the wood chips at him, but he had also threatened her about playing with one of the friends or something. Anyways, this is the second time she's had problems with this boy. My point is as a parent, what do you do? I mean, do you tell your kid not to fight back when you're paying all that money for her to learn to fight back from bullies? Or do you, you believe your kid and let the teachers um, think that you don't care about your kid and they can do whatever they want? I mean, what would you do as a parent? I think I'm doing the best I can by putting her through the school to learn martial arts, and I'm putting her with professionals, with kids, and all they do is run back to me when there's a problem, but nobody knows what really happened. I'm left to figure it out. What would you guys do if it was your kid? Anyways, that's one of the things that's going on now. As far as her martial arts class, again, we had a car accident. We're down to one vehicle, and our schedules are super busy between my schedule and her mom's schedule. We work a lot. Not just that, but we take one day off now where we spend time totally no work at all. So, we got a lot going on. We're trying to build a schedule up now with school, so that is affecting my YouTube stuff. But the other thing is about her martial arts. We're looking at switching her from Gracie Barra, and it's not that they did a bad job. Gracie Barra is amazing. But again, Gracie Barra is a competition style martial art. And an example of that is one of the things is they don't teach you put your hands up, cover your face. They don't teach you to cover your face. And the reason why is because there's no punching in competition style jiu-jitsu. It's more like a wrestling, a very technical wrestling or something like that. But there's no punching. So they're not taught to defend against striking. And that's a huge reason why we had her in Taekwondo and before that Bushido karate. But we're looking at switching her jiu-jitsu school over to another school that does not just jiu-jitsu, but also kickboxing, where it does teach kids striking and stuff, because, again, my daughter's self-defense is very important to me. It's one of the things that, I started thinking about with my kid before she was even born. What was I going to do, my plans for her. But anyways, that's what I've been up to, and again, guys, let me know, what would you do? Do you talk to your kid about standing up for herself if she's claiming she was bullied, or do you let the teacher think, okay, well, he's just going to ignore it when she does this? Again, I wasn't there, and I do pay for her schooling. I do pay for her preschool, as well as I pay for her martial arts. So let me know what you guys think. And until next time, you all stay cool.